let's have a quick conversation about AVVO. And AVVO is one of the best legal directories. And the question is AVVO really worth it? If you are a practicing attorney, should you be on AVVO? Let's talk about that. So let me give you the presentation first. So what is AVVO? AVVO is an online directory that rates lawyers, plain and simple. And this platform is one of the biggest websites in the world, and therefore, in our view, a great source of new business. So people in need of legal advice in your practice area, and most importantly, in your geography, can actually post their questions on AVVO's forum. And answering these questions is a fantastic opportunity for you to provide value and draw attention to your profile. Of course, the answer must be a value adding. So needless to say, helpful advice can start relationships with new clients. And so the thing I want to say here is that it's not rare to hear about lawyers hating AVVO. The problem here is that some lawyers dislike the fact that AVVO creates profiles without asking. And more than 95% of licensed lawyers in the United States have a profile on AVVO, and it was created by pulling information straight from public records. Okay. And and not all the information on the public record is flattering, however, right? Let's say if a lawyer has been subjected to a disciplinary action, he or she may not want to feature that on his or her profile. The only way to appeal the content on your profile is to join AVVO. That can make any lawyer feel like they lack control over their online presence. But think about it this way. Instead of fighting AVVO, you can use this excellent traffic source for law firms to your advantage. And so AVVO actually started in 2006, so they've been around for nearly 20 years now. So that's really good. And they use a quintet of information. They use five particular criteria to actually rate your, to actually provide your rating. You have the number of years in practice, your disciplinary history, professional achievements, industry recognition, tier endorsement on the AVVO website. So with this information, AVVO comes up with a ranking from 1 to 10, extreme caution to superb for each attorney. And so keep in mind though, that each of these factors is weighed differently. And like most algorithms, AVVO actually calls its own proprietary. So it is what it is, okay? It keeps actually the formula secret to prevent attorneys from gaming the system. Let's talk about cost considerations. So is AVVO really free? Yes, a basic AVVO listing is free. You can claim your profile and start making all the necessary modifications at any time, nothing complicated. Once you are a member, clients can leave reviews on your AVVO profile, and you can participate in answering people's questions on legal matters. In addition to that, and that's really great, you can create legal guides. These are really a great way to establish yourself as an authority in legal matters, right? It's all about establishing thought leadership. Beyond that, handing out guides for free is a great online marketing strategy that lawyers can use to attract new clients in their practice areas. Paid options are also available on AVVO, and these alternatives are good to promote your AVVO profile and make it more visible. And the best part is that AVVO Pro enables you to feature a link to your law firm's blog on the profile. Remember, handing out any free legal advice is worth the effort because it generates new leads, and those leads are going to help you actually turn non-billable work into billable work. And so listing options post from your blog is also a great way to boost your AVVO rating. But why would you want to do that? Well, you want to do that because it helps you actually establish, once again, credibility. Okay. And now the question is, should you pay for a premium AVVO listing? Yes. Our answer is yes, but it all depends on your practice. It depends on your budget too. It depends on your practices, cash inflow and cash outflow. I can't sit here and just tell you that, hey, please do it, because AVVO is not cheap. Okay. Of course, AVVO Pro enables you to remove any unwanted ads from your profile, and as mentioned earlier, boost your visibility. And that can help you generate new leads from AVVO, but won't guarantee it. If you have the budget to give AVVO Pro a try, we would say it's worth it, but it's certainly not something needed. If you decide to advertise on AVVO, which is not the same as going premium, utilize a call tracking number such as call rail or call tracking metrics. AVVO advertising can potentially generate lots of new leads, but it's crucial to determine the number and quality of those leads. And so the pricing for advertising on AVVO starts at about $100 per month, double the price of AVVO Premium. So you better make sure you are getting that investment back. So what's the strategy here? How important is your AVVO rating? I mean, but by now you have understood that if you are an attorney, you want to actually interact with AVVO no matter what, no matter whether they did it in a compelling way or you did it yourself, right? By filling out your profile, you can increase your ratings on AVVO to leave a better impression on people finding you through an online search engine. Remember, first impressions matter, especially when it comes to the legal field. If folks are going to hire you to represent them legally, they better make sure that you actually project upon them a good first impression. Now, one thing for sure, the AVVO rating has greater value to certain legal practice areas, such as personal injury or family law. That's because while people actually turn to an internet search engine when looking for quick answers to legal matters, few businesses do the same. So it's more difficult for business lawyers to get new leads from AVVO. Nevertheless, every law firm can benefit from featuring a high AVVO rating on its website. It really increases trust when you think about it. And with trust comes credibility. Okay, so what's the bottom line then? Can the AVVO profile be valuable to lawyers or not? Yes, it can definitely be valuable. It really depends on how you are going to use it and your specifics, your firm's specifics. Now, let's talk about AVVO ratings versus client ratings. Now, there is an important distinction to be made between the ways AVVO rates attorneys. There are two distinctive ratings on the site, an AVVO rating and a client rating. The client rating does not affect the AVVO rating. The reverse is also true. So you have two mutually exclusive sort of conduits. According to AVVO, this was done to give users two metrics by which to judge a lawyer: the AVVO generated rating and the client rating. And AVVO managers believe that this gives users a better picture of the attorney and compensates for the lack of more subjective metrics, attorney personality, efficiency in their rating system. So that's really an important element to think about. But the bottom line here is that you cannot control any of those two ratings. All you can do is just fill out your AVVO profile so that you can really control the back end of the info, but you can't control the output. You can't control the outcome. Let's talk about the pros and cons here. What's to loathe about AVVO? Well, AVVO has not been without legal troubles, right? A lawsuit filed against the company alleged that the site was a scam, and really, it's one important. The thing is that people are just saying that it's not really straightforward. However, the suit that I was talking about a little earlier was dismissed based on the fact that the ratings are an opinion, not a fact, and thereby were protected by the First Amendment right of free speech. And so, like it or not, it seems that AVVO is here to stay. Now, one perceived problem with AVVO is that its rating system only takes into account hard facts, time in practice, published cases, and the like. And the formula doesn't factor in how personable an attorney is, what it's like to work with her or him, and if he or she returns calls in a timely manner. And AVVO believes and states this on its website that to combat this, users must not only rely solely on AVVO to vet the best possible attorney for any given case. Instead, AVVO managers encourage those in need of legal advice to look at client ratings, information from the State Bar Association, and the website or web presence of the attorney. They argue, and we agree, that while an AVVO rating should factor into the decision to hire an attorney, it's only one piece of the puzzle. So this is an important element to think about. And the biggest complaint about AVVO is that you are likely listed on the site whether you approve of the company or want a listing. And more than listed, you are rated. The problem with this is that AVVO gets its information from independent internet research, and some of the info has been found to be inaccurate. No shock there. More than one attorney has checked out their listings on AVVO only to find that essential information is incorrect. Wrong city, wrong firm name, wrong partner, you name it. And AVVO can actually get it wrong unless you claim your profile, that is. So this brings me actually to my next point. You need to actually claim your profile, okay? So what is really to love about AVVO here? Because, there's no perfect sort of human feature anyway. No perfect human fit. So on the flip side, there are attorneys who swear by AVVO. They have claimed their listings and frequently add additional speaking engagements and professional accomplishments to their profiles. And this AVVO aficionados and aficionadas enjoy the fact that they have access to the more than 5 million users who visit the site every month. And unlike other review sites, if you take control of your listing, you can improve your rating. So by adding professional achievements and ensuring that all of the above rating factors are fleshed out, you can dramatically improve your rating for free. Think about it, for free. And as I said to you a little earlier, you have the option to pay to advertise on AVVO, participate in its marketplace, and improve your listing. This could be a great opportunity for smaller law firms trying to get their foot in the door of their local markets. The only word of caution that we have here is that you need to ensure that any advertising that you do on the site falls in line with the rules and regulations in your state. So before you advertise or join their marketplace, be sure the ethics rules in your state or the most strict state you practice in allow for it. So what about the extras here? So is AVVO good for search engine optimization for lawyers? In other words, is AVVO a great SEO tool? Well, it really depends. AVVO does offer an excellent opportunity to make your law firm more visible, that's for sure. So building up on AVVO can be beneficial for lawyers in all practice areas, and it doesn't matter, once again, if the lawyer is a solo or working at a firm. You can offer free legal advice to generate new leads and build up an accurate AVVO profile to help present yourself as trustworthy and competent. So this is kind of cool, and we love the fact that you are able to offer free advice. That's really fantastic. So you can actually the thing is that AVVO, when you claim your profile, is totally free, right? So you have the opportunity actually to get into a platform for free. You can then decide to opt for AVVO Premium or advertising from there. And so that's really cool, because the worst that could happen is that you get even more business for your law firm. And you can see on the screen here that you have the AVVO Starter, you have the AVVO Base, and you have what they call the Pro Vantage. So the Pro Vantage, you have to contact AVVO for actually more information about the current pricing. And when we talk about the AVVO Base, also called Advanced AVVO, beyond the rating basics, AVVO offers some other more advanced options. One of these is the ability to pay to have your ad displayed on the website. If you choose, so you can also pay to get a premium membership, and a premium membership would allow you to come up higher in search results on AVVO and remove other attorney advertisements from displayed on your profile. That's really cool. Additionally, AVVO has a legal marketplace that allows attorneys to bid on prospective clients' legal needs. In general, these cases are small, such as fighting a traffic ticket or getting help with an order or protection. There has been much discussion over this, and only time will tell if it will be useful to clients and attorneys alike. Okay. Now, the one thing you should never do on AVVO or any review sites is really actually ignore it. Ignore it, and also ignore a negative review. So whether you love or loathe AVVO, the one thing you should never ever do is respond in anger to a negative review. There have been several instances where an attorney lashed out at a negative reviewer and got in trouble with his or her state bar. And so this is important. You have to really keep your composure, and this is an important element to think about. Let me talk to you about your AVVO profile. So how do you claim your profile on AVVO? If you are ready to make the most of AVVO, to join the Love It, or at the very least accept it camp, head over to AVVO and claim your profile. So once you claim your profile, it cannot be unclaimed. This is only an issue if your rating before you claimed it was no concern or attention. In this situation, what happened here is that if you claim your profile and your AVVO rating is low, there is no way to go back to unclaimed status. But as long as you follow the steps that I'm going to share with you into this conversation on the screen right now, that shouldn't be an issue. So you want to add all required information. Required information is really critical. So what do I mean by this? Well, beyond any required information, it's also important to take a step further and completely fill out all information, required or voluntary. Remember, we don't know exactly how AVVO rates attorneys, so it's better to give too much information than not enough, right? It's all about granularity. It's all about having a level of depth and breadth. And so you want to fix mistakes in the public record. So after adding all required information, you want to fix mistakes in the public record. So if you claim your profile and find that, let's say, AVVO has inaccurate information from your state, you will need to address this with the appropriate organization within your state, asking them to have your record changed, right? You can't really ask AVVO to change your record. You have to change the data at the source, the data provider. You can then alert AVVO to the change or simply wait until they do one of their periodic updates. And another thing you can do here is that you can earn bonus points. So if you find that you have few or no client ratings on AVVO, be sure to address this with your review gathering strategy. There are many ways to open the door to more positive reviews. You just have to ask. The same goes for peer ratings. This factor into your AVVO score, so don't be afraid to reach out to your contemporaries and ask for their endorsement. Of course, it has to be a win-win situation. So you help them out, they help you out. This is an important element to think about. And and in other words, if they endorse you, you endorse them too, right? Like they say, sharing is caring, and you have to actually have that strategy going forward, especially if you want to really stand out from the crowd. So what's the bottom line here? Is AVVO really worth it? I mean, we talk about AVVO. This is one of the best legal directories. If you're an attorney, they actually force you to be on the platform by actually putting information that you haven't authorized. But the question is it really worth it? Well, one thing for sure, you should grab at least your free AVVO listing. If you are a licensed legal practitioner, your profile most likely exists on AVVO, whether you like it or not, right? You have no freedom there. It makes sense to fill out your AVVO page and make sure everything is accurate. Can you really afford not to? Well, the answer is pretty simple. When people come across your profile on AVVO, you want them to get the best impression of you as a lawyer. And we know that in this life, first impression matters. I mean, if they have the crappiest impression of you the first time around, it'll be very complicated for you to reverse the situation. So it's even better if you include reviews and recommendations on your AVVO profile. Social proof is the major factor that influences people's decision making, right? And so at this point, you're probably wondering if your law firm could further benefit by paying for an AVVO premium. After all, the service starts at $49 per month. While that's relatively affordable compared to many listing sites for lawyers, no one wants to incur unnecessary expenses. So it has to really be in sync with what you're looking for. So the bottom line is, should you be on AVVO? Do we like AVVO? Yes, we love AVVO. And we think you should too. Any of AVVO's pitfall can be easily mitigated by claiming your profile. A process that's very simple and perhaps best of all, free. So claiming your listing is a no-brainer. It gives you a quality, highly relevant backlink. It helps you manage your legal reputation. And it really doesn't help. It doesn't really get much better than that. I mean, the whole idea here is for you to actually generate leads, right? And we're talking about you want to qualify your leads. You do not want to have random folks actually visiting your website. You want folks who have heard about you, who have seen your profile on AVVO and others, and are comfortable that you can help them with the particular legal situation that they're currently facing. So what's the recap here to this conversation? I spoke to you about AVVO, and the question was, is AVVO worth it? So I give you the presentation, the cost considerations, the strategy, the pros and cons, the extras, your AVVO profile, and the bottom line. Thank you so much. God bless you. I see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.